Welcome to Easy Classic Stories. This is a retelling of The Jungle Book, a novel by Rudyard Kipling. The Jungle Book is an exciting story by Rudyard Kipling. It's about a boy named Mowgli who grows up in the jungle with animals. He learns from a wise bear named Baloo and a brave panther named Bagheera. The book is very famous. Many people love it. It has been turned into movies and cartoons. It's a fun adventure story about friendship and bravery. Now listen carefully to the story. At the end, we'll have an exercise on key events to help test your understanding. In the heart of the Indian jungle, a baby boy was found by a kind wolf couple, Raksha and Father Wolf. They named the baby Mowgli, which means little frog. The wolves wanted to adopt Mowgli and raise him as their own. One night, the wolf pack gathered at the council rock to discuss Mowgli's future. Shere Khan, a fierce tiger, did not want Mowgli to stay. He growled, "A man's cub? What does a man's cub have to do with us?" But Bagheera, a wise black panther, and Baloo, a friendly bear, supported the wolves. Bagheera said, "I will pay for the boy's life with a bull." He offered a freshly killed bull to the pack as a price for Mowgli's life. The wolves agreed, and Mowgli was accepted into the pack. Raksha became his loving mother, and Father Wolf became his protective father. Mowgli grew up in the jungle, learning the ways of the animals. As Mowgli got older, he learned to run and play with his wolf siblings. He learned the laws of the jungle and how to survive in the wild. Baloo taught him the rules and Bagheera watched over him. Mowgli's life in the jungle was full of adventures. He explored the dense forests, swam in the clear rivers, and climbed the tallest trees. The jungle became his home, and the animals became his family. One day, as Mowgli played by the river, he heard a low growl. It was Shere Khan, still angry that Mowgli was part of the pack. Mowgli knew he had to be careful, but he also knew he had friends who would protect him. With the love and support of his jungle family, Mowgli continued to grow and learn. He became strong and brave, ready to face any challenge that came his way. The jungle was his world, and he was happy to be a part of it. He learned to run and hunt with his wolf brothers and sisters. Raksha, his wolf mother, taught him to be kind and brave. Father Wolf showed him how to track animals and find food. One day, Baloo the bear said, "It is time for Mowgli to learn the law of the jungle." The law of the jungle was a set of rules that all animals followed to live together peacefully. Baloo taught Mowgli the words, "For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack." Mowgli repeated the words until he knew them by heart. Baloo also taught him how to find honey and which fruits were safe to eat. Mowgli loved learning from Baloo, even though the big bear could be strict. Bagheera the Black Panther also helped Mowgli. He showed him how to move silently through the jungle and how to hunt. Bagheera said, "Remember, Mowgli, the jungle is full of dangers, but it is also full of friends." Mowgli listened and learned. He practiced climbing trees and swimming in the river. He became strong and fast, just like his animal friends. The jungle was his classroom, and every day brought new lessons. Sometimes Mowgli would wander too far and get into trouble. Once he found himself near the edge of the jungle, where the monkeys lived. The monkeys, called Bandar-log, were not part of the jungle pack. They were mischievous and did not follow the law of the jungle. Baloo warned Mowgli, "Stay away from the Bandar log. They are troublemakers and will only cause you harm." Mowgli listened to Baloo's advice and stayed close to his friends. As Mowgli grew older, he became more curious about the world outside the jungle, but he always remembered the lessons he learned from Baloo and Bagheera. He knew that the jungle was his home and the animals were his family. One evening, as the sun set over the jungle, Mowgli sat by the river with Baloo. The bear said, "You have learned well, Mowgli. You are becoming a true son of the jungle." Mowgli smiled, feeling proud and happy. He knew that with his friends by his side, he could face any challenge. Mowgli continued to grow and learn in the jungle. One day, while exploring, he found something strange. It was a small red flower that danced and flickered. Mowgli had never seen anything like it before. He picked it up and watched it glow in his hand. Baloo and Bagheera saw the red flower and were worried. Baloo said, "Mowgli, that is the red flower. It is very dangerous. Put it down." Mowgli listened to Baloo and put the red flower back on the ground. Meanwhile, Shere Khan, the tiger, was still angry that Mowgli lived with the wolves. He wanted to be the leader of the jungle and did not like that Mowgli was becoming strong and brave. Shere Khan started to plot against Mowgli. One night, Shere Khan went to the wolf pack and said, "Mowgli is a man's cub. He does not belong here. He should be sent away." Some of the younger wolves listened to Shere Khan and agreed with him. Akela, the leader of the wolf pack, was old and weak. He could not protect Mowgli as he once did. Shere Khan saw this as his chance to get rid of Mowgli. He said, "If Akela cannot lead, then I will, and my first act will be to send Mowgli away." The wolf pack was divided. Some wolves supported Mowgli, while others agreed with Shere Khan. Mowgli felt sad and confused. He did not want to leave his jungle home, but he also did not want to cause trouble for his friends. Bagheera saw Mowgli's sadness and said, "Do not worry, Mowgli. We will find a way to stop Shere Khan." Mowgli felt a little better knowing that Bagheera was on his side. One day, Mowgli had an idea. He remembered the red flower and how it had scared the animals. He thought, "If I use the red flower, maybe I can scare Shere Khan and protect my friends." Mowgli went back to the place where he found the red flower. He picked it up carefully and brought it to the wolf pack. The wolves were amazed and a little scared. They had never seen the red flower before. Mowgli said, "This is the red flower. It is powerful and dangerous. With it, I can protect us from Shere Khan." The wolves looked at Mowgli with new respect. They saw that he was brave and clever. Mowgli's life in the jungle became more exciting as he grew older. He explored new places and met new friends. One day he met Kaa, a giant python. Kaa was old and wise, and he knew many secrets of the jungle. Kaa said, "Come, Mowgli, let me teach you the secrets of the jungle." Mowgli listened carefully as Kaa told him about the hidden paths and the best places to find food. Kaa became one of Mowgli's trusted friends. Another day, Mowgli wandered into a part of the jungle he had never seen before. He heard loud noises and saw many monkeys, the Bandar log, jumping from tree to tree. They were playing and making a lot of noise. The bandar log saw Mowgli and said, "Come play with us, Mowgli. We will show you our games." Mowgli was curious and followed the monkeys. They took him to the Cold Lairs, a ruined city deep in the jungle. The Cold Lairs were full of old buildings and strange things Mowgli had never seen before. The monkeys played and laughed, but Mowgli felt uneasy. He remembered Baloo's warning about the bandar log. Suddenly the monkeys surrounded Mowgli and would not let him leave. They said, "Stay with us, Mowgli. We will teach you our ways." Mowgli tried to escape, but the monkeys were too many. Just then, Baloo and Bagheera arrived. They had been searching for Mowgli and were worried. Baloo said, "Mowgli, we told you to stay away from the bandar log. They are troublemakers." Bagheera growled at the monkeys. "Let Mowgli go or you will face our anger." The monkeys laughed and threw sticks and stones at Baloo and Bagheera. But the two friends were strong and brave. They fought the monkeys and rescued Mowgli. Mowgli was grateful to his friends. He said, "Thank you, Baloo and Bagheera. I will listen to your advice from now on." Baloo smiled and said, "That is good, Mowgli. We only want to keep you safe." As they left the Cold Lairs, Mowgli learned an important lesson. He understood that not all animals in the jungle were his friends. He also learned that his true friends like Baloo, Bagheera and Kaa would always be there to help him. Mowgli returned to the wolf pack with newfound confidence and wisdom. He knew that Shere Khan was still a threat, and he was ready to face him. The wolves were happy to see Mowgli and welcomed him back. One day, Shere Khan came to the wolf pack again. He said, "Mowgli is a man's cub. He does not belong here. I will be the leader of the jungle, and Mowgli must go." The wolves were scared of Shere Khan, but Mowgli was not. Mowgli stood up to Shere Khan and said, "I am Mowgli of the jungle. I have lived here all my life and I will not leave. You are the one who does not belong here." Shere Khan growled angrily, but Mowgli did not back down. Bagheera and Baloo stood by Mowgli's side. Bagheera said, "We support Mowgli. He is one of us, and we will protect him." The wolves looked at Mowgli with respect and admiration. Mowgli remembered the red flower he had found. He knew it was powerful and could scare Shere Khan. He said, "I have the red flower. It is more powerful than you, Shere Khan." Mowgli quickly ran to get the red flower. He brought it back to the wolf pack and showed it to Shere Khan. The tiger was surprised and a little scared. He had never seen the red flower before. Shere Khan tried to attack Mowgli, but Mowgli was quick. He used the red flower to keep Shere Khan away. The tiger roared in anger, but he could not get close to Mowgli. The wolves saw Mowgli's bravery and joined him. They fought against Shere Khan and his supporters. The battle was fierce, but Mowgli and his friends were strong and brave. Finally, Shere Khan was defeated. He ran away from the jungle, never to return. The wolves cheered for Mowgli and he became the leader of the jungle. All the animals respected him and followed his lead. Mowgli said, "Thank you, my friends. Together we have made the jungle a safe place for all. I will always protect you and the jungle." The animals nodded in agreement, happy to have Mowgli as their leader. Mowgli became a respected leader in the jungle. He protected all the animals and made sure everyone followed the law of the jungle. But sometimes, he felt a strange pull towards something different. One day, while exploring the edge of the jungle, Mowgli heard a sound he had never heard before. It was the sound of people talking and laughing. He followed the sound and found a human village. Mowgli watched the villagers from a distance. He saw them working, playing, and living together. He felt a strange connection to them, even though he had grown up in the jungle. A kind woman named Mesua saw Mowgli and called out to him, "Come here, child. Do not be afraid." Mowgli hesitated but then approached her. Mesua smiled and said, "You look like my son who was taken by the jungle many years ago." Mowgli felt a warmth in his heart. He realized that Mesua might be his mother. He decided to stay in the village and learn more about the human world. The villagers welcomed him and taught him their ways. Mowgli learned to speak the human language and help with the village work. He still visited the jungle often, keeping his bond with his animal friends. Baloo and Bagheera were happy for Mowgli but also missed him. One day Bagheera said, "Mowgli, you have found your place in both worlds. Remember, you will always be a part of the jungle, and we will always be your friends." Mowgli smiled and said, "Thank you, Bagheera. I will never forget the jungle or my friends here." Mowgli continued to live in the village, but he never forgot his jungle home. He would often visit his animal friends and share stories of his new life. The animals listened with curiosity and admiration. Mowgli's life was full of adventures and love. He had found his place in both the jungle and the human world. He knew that no matter where he was, he would always have friends and family who cared for him. Great job sticking with the story all the way to the end. It's time to review the key ideas with a fun multiple-choice quiz. You'll find the answers in the comments section. Take your time with the questions, and don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know if you enjoyed the story. Your feedback helps us improve. If you liked it, show your support by hitting the like button. It really makes our day. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories. Thank you so much for being with us.